What's up, people of YouTube? With this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about dealing with failure, especially when it has to do with training, especially triathlon training, but any training in general, and also life. I mean, everything that I talk about is training related and training specific for the most part, kind of. But everything, all the principles can be applied throughout all life scenarios, aspects, everything like that. So first of all, I want to say wearing my Granite Man triathlon shirt. If you don't know about Granite Man, it is an awesome endurance sports festival. Usually like middle of June. This year I believe it's end of June, but it's down in Southern Oregon in the Applegate Valley. It is a beautiful, beautiful place down there. It's warm, nice warm temperatures. It's a beautiful area. It's not too high in elevation. It's like maybe 1,000 feet or something like that. But it's a great place. All the athletes there are great. I highly recommend checking into it. It's not that expensive. It's an endurance sports festival weekend type thing. So on Saturday you got a few different options on triathlon. I do the Olympic triathlon. It's like a 1,500-meter swim, and I think it's not typical Olympic distances. It's a 1,500-meter swim. I think a 15-mile off-road bike. It's single track. It's a great single track, and then it's a 5-mile trail run. So that's in the morning, and then the next night, or that night, you got a cyclocross race, which is just 30-minute all-out sprint, pretty much around a little track that they set up down there. And then the next day, you got a mountain run, which is a 10-mile mountain run. It's the Collins Mountain Trail, I believe. It's a great run, spectacular views, a lot of climbing, and then you've got to climb up the mountain, but then you go down. So it's easy. And they also have an ultra marathon. But in order to be in place for a Yeti prize, as they call it, you got to do the Olympic off-road triathlon, the cyclocross, and then the 10-mile mountain run. So enough of me jibber-jabbering about that. But I highly recommend you check into it and go down there and check it out and try to beat me. You're not gonna, but try to. So I want to talk a bit about dealing with failure in regards to training and also life. So this has always been a huge thing for me that I have really struggled with a lot in my life. When I have a plan and things don't go as planned, they go a little bit sideways, it tends to fuck me up real bad. So say I have a 15-mile training run planned, right? I get out there and I just feel like shit. I get 4 miles done and I have to quit. That like really has a drastic impact on my mentality and my overall performance and everything if I fail at doing something. But I've learned recently to try to really detach from that and let go. A little side note, a lot of things that cause us suffering and like pain and anguish inside are directly related to our grasping and our attachment to an outcome. So if you, in certain scenarios, it's okay to detach from an outcome. So it's okay to detach from the desire to want to just kill my 15-mile run, right? So if I detach from it and shit like it didn't go as planned and I just accept it and move on and keep moving forward, it causes you far less suffering than if you were to dwell on it and beat yourself up and figure it out things and all that. It's just keep moving forward, don't dwell on it. Yeah, so totally forgot where I was going with this. But so like say you fail on a training run, well then you got to pack it up, man. Pack it up, put it in the bag, put that little bit of work in the bank, stack that bank up a little bit, move on to the next day. It doesn't have to ruin your day. It doesn't have to ruin your training program. If you fail at one thing, just keep it going, man. It's not, you don't have to kill every workout, but you do have to be working out, you know? You do have to be consistent. What I've found is that awesome training days, great training days where you do a personal best, those don't matter as much as always getting out there and getting something done. That is the most important factor in training, is consistency. I made a video a little while ago called Consistency is Key. And man, consistency will get you further in life than anything else will. Consistency and hard work. Dude, it doesn't matter if you fucking suck at the work you're doing. If you're consistent, you keep pushing, your quality of work is going to change, first of all, but even if it stays shitty, you're still going to get the job done. Even if you have to crawl 25 miles, you're still going to fucking crawl if you're consistent and you work hard at it. You might want to try to think about running 25 miles. You know, that's a little bit more efficient, but the point I'm getting at is consistency and work ethic will get you more things in life than anything else. And if you couple in a few other things like, you know, using your head and being an athlete or like certain other things, then you start reaching some new steps of achievements, I guess is what I'm getting at. But I always start these videos and they go way too long and I get sidetracked because I got so much to say. But what I'm getting at with this one is that in life and in training, we're going to have setbacks, we're going to have failures, and you have to, what I've learned to do is analyze why we had a setback, why we had a failure, try to identify all the factors that took place in the failure, and try to change them, try to see if we can make some changes, try to see where our part fit in the whole picture, because nothing ever is just outside factors. There's always something that you can do to improve the next phase. So like yesterday actually, I went out and I wasn't feeling good. I woke up really low energy. I've been feeling really low energy, and I know it has to do with my nutrition. I know that for a fact, and my water consumption. But yesterday I went to the gym and I was like, all right, bro, just get 4 easy, slow miles and do something. Get that consistency. And I was beating myself up before I went because I was like, man, I don't feel like I could do it. I don't feel like I could do anything. And I'm like, bro, even if you get to the gym and you fucking run a lap and then get off because you feel like shit, that was still an effort that you put forth. Put it in the bank, man. Put that effort, grab that effort, put it in the bank. The more shit you could put in your bank, the bigger your fucking bank account's gonna get, man. If I didn't go to the gym, I wouldn't have had anything to put in the bank. And even though it was only a 10-minute session that I put in the bank, that's 10 minutes more than if I wouldn't have went. So you've got to learn to accept failures if it's necessary. Like yesterday, I completely failed at my run. I said 4 miles. I got 1.5 miles. I got off. I just felt like shit. I analyzed the situation. I realized that I've been not eating enough and not eating correctly, and I need to change that because I'm tired of feeling how I was feeling yesterday. And so I was like, all right, bro, well, what we're going to do is we're going to chill out, get stoned a little bit, go to work, eat some food, eat as much food as you want. Don't care about the ingredients to a point. Don't care about all your macros and all this and all that. Eat some good stuff that makes you feel good, feel your body, and then we'll kill it today. So that's what I did yesterday, and I killed it this morning. And then if it keeps being like, I mean, this nice, I mean, shit, bro. It's not usually this nice. If it's this nice in a little bit, man, we're getting a half marathon in today, big dog. But yeah, that's what you got to do, man. Sometimes in life, failures are gonna come, or a lot of times in life, failures are gonna come. A lot of times in training, failures are gonna come. You got to learn. You got to learn to learn from your failures. You got to learn to adapt, identify the factors that made it a failure, and move on. Move on is the biggest part, man. You can't have one fuck up hold you back forever. So in relations to like drinking, a lot of people, man, they'll get like, I don't know, 30 days, right? And then they'll have a drink. And then that decision to have a drink gets them so depressed and so down that they failed, that they just keep going over the same failures. And they keep drinking and they keep destroying their body. Same thing with training, man. You don't kill a workout one day. it gets you down. This is what used to happen to me. It would fuck me up mentally, man. And the next day, I would just feel like shit. I'm like, you're a lazy piece of shit. You didn't do well yesterday. So the cycle continues, man. And I also talk about this in another video. Is like the snowball effect. If you make one bad decision, it can keep building up into a big snowball that gains some pretty decent momentum. If yeah, if you make good decisions, that starts piling up and making momentum. So learn from your failures, adapt, don't live in a failure. One thing doesn't have to define your life. Other people's opinions don't have to define your life. You define your life. Keep your pinky up, keep your pimp hand strong, and stay training. Thank you.